Hey everybody, it's Dana and welcome back to my YouTube channel and blog. Today we're going to be doing some easy Copic coloring with a phenomenal set I picked up from Avery Elle. This set is called Phonomenal and I absolutely thought it was brilliant when I saw that creativation. So I had to purchase it and have it in my stash. I already went ahead and placed all the images I'm going to be coloring today onto my mini Misty. And I'm going to start inking them up with black Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Now, I'm sorry I have not shared any videos recently. I was dealing with the death in my family. And once my husband and I came back home, we both ended up having colds. So I'm just now getting back into my craft room, making some videos. So please bear with me. I'm playing catch up, but I promise to be giving you really great content on a regular basis soon. Okay, now I'm going to just stamp this a little bit more because I really want to get a really great crisp impression. And using my mini Misty, this is going to allow me to stamp out multiple items at once. Now, if you don't have one of these mini Misties, don't fear. You can stamp each one of them out with an acrylic block. Now, since I have those stamped, I just missed a little tiny circle area right in the middle of my faux bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have that done and I'm ready to color. Now, I did spread these out because I'm going to be die cutting them a little bit later. All right, now, like I said, I want to do some easy Copic coloring. Easy Copic coloring for me is 2 shades without a lot of fuss. And I made sure the colors that I was working with today would blend harmoniously together. I don't want one color to stand out more than the other. I kind of want to keep them all in the color value range. Now, all the Copic markers that I've used today will be listed over on my blog, and that's gotjoycreations.com. Head on over there, and I'll have all of the Copic colors that I used for this project listed over there. Okay, so now I went ahead and I finished up those adorable little shrimp. And now I'm going to go ahead and start working on my noodles that are in my faux bowl. I happen to be a huge faux person. I know there's certain ways that people say it. I say faux. Not sure if that's correct, but that's what I know and that's how I call it. So I went ahead and just colored up those cute little noodles in there with just 2 shades of a light tan color. Now I'm going to come in and do that little pepper. Now, to me, when I'm coloring smaller images, sometimes I feel like if I add more than 2 colors, I can't get the depth that I'm looking for and the light that I'm looking for. So anytime I'm doing smaller images, I prefer to just kind of stick with 2. And especially if I'm just trying to do easy Copic coloring. Not that I want to do, really fine detail work. I'm just getting back in my space. I'm playing around in the 30-day color challenge by the Daily Marker, which is hosted by Kathy. And I just want to get into doing my craft again. So anytime you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed on, oh my God, what should I color? And I don't have a lot of, highlights and depth to it. Don't worry about it. Just color. Just do you. People have heard me say that a million times. Do you. Do what's fun. Do what's creative in your heart. And don't worry about anything else. Now, I do love watercoloring as well. And I have a couple pictures up on my Instagram when I just went ahead and hand drew out some images and then just watercolored them that way. So just remember, anytime you're creating something, create it the way you want to. Create it the way you love it. All right, now I'm working on my bowl and I'm just adding in a very light blue color. I just want it to seem like this bowl has roundness to it and it's not flat. So that's why I just want to add a little bit of that shading to it so you can see that it's a bowl and it's just not like a flat image. The 2 colors I used are very, very light, and I'm actually not bringing the color all the way to the center of my bowl. I'm just going to keep that part a little bit light. Next, I'm just going to come in and color in some of the broth that's going to be behind my noodles. And this is easy Copic coloring, you guys, where there's not a lot of fuss to it. adding just a touch of gray to that egg to show the roundness of that as well. And now we're done. Alrighty, now I did purchase the coordinating dies with this. A lot of times I might not purchase dies with my stamp sets, but because that little chopstick is very, very tiny and those shrimp have little ends that I think would make me say a couple bad words trying to fussy cut, I chose to go ahead and get the dies with this. Here I just realized I forgot to color up the green on top of my little pepper, so I went ahead and did that. And now I'm going to go ahead and get all this ready to go through my die cut machine. I prefer to use washi tape to hold down my die because, hey, we created all of this prettiness with this coloring. I don't want to run it through my die cut machine and then my dies be a little bit off. So I always use washi tape. Now, since I have everything down, I'm going to go ahead and run this through my Gemini Junior. Now, I'm going to have a video a little bit later in the week sharing how you can die cut in your Gemini Junior without having to mess up your plates. So stay tuned for that. For today, I'm just using a little bit of a rubber mat and a plastic shim. And I'll go ahead and run this through my die cut machine and have all the images ready for the card. Next, I'm bringing in my little stencil binder. I have found that storing my stencils in a little binder makes it easier for me to flip through. I used to have them on a little ring and I would flip through them in the original packaging, but that just became a little bit too cumbersome. So I went ahead and I placed them down into the 6x6 binder. Now, I already have a card base done and I went ahead and scored it across the top so I know where I have to line up that stencil. Now, for me, I don't need the sun rays of this to go all the way to the top of the card. I really just want to have some color behind all of the, behind my faux bowl, sorry about that, and all the little goodies that go inside. This sunburst is from My Favorite Things, I believe. I'll make sure to link everything I use in this video below. And I just want that bowl to sit right over where the sun part would be. All right, now since I have everything lined up, I'm going to grab myself some scattered straw distress oxide ink. I chose this one because it has a more of a creamy yellow undertone to it than, let's say, Squeeze Lemonade. Squeeze Lemonade is very, very bright color. And for this, I want my yellow to kind of match and be a color that's going to go and match with all the colors I have. If I picked, let's say, Squeeze Lemonade, it will be very, very bright. And you might have a tendency to look towards that instead of the full bowl that I want you to concentrate on. So I am going a little bit darker towards the center and then pulling out that color into a very, very light yellow towards the end of those rays. Now, since I have that done, I can go ahead and lift up my stencil. And look how pretty that is. It's just a very, very nice, soft background. So my full bowl has a place to sit and kind of like land. All right, now since I have that down, I can go ahead and start building up my card. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my bowl and all the little bits that I colored up. Now you can use all of these pieces. You can use some of these pieces, totally up to you. For the bowl, I'm going to use my Gina K Connect glue and I'm going to glue this down. One, because I don't want to have too much dimension on this card. I do want some of the pieces to be sitting flat. So since that is one of my largest pieces, I went ahead and chose to lay that down flat. And then everything, or maybe some things that go into my bowl, could be popped up. Now, since I have that down, I want to go ahead and pull out a sentiment. In this stamp set, they have some of the cutest sentiments to go with this little faux bowl. So I'm going to grab one of those and peel that right off. And now I'm going to go ahead and see where I want to have it on my bowl. And I can put it on the bowl, I can put it on the card panel, but I thought it would look super, super cute being on the bowl. For me to do this, I have grabbed out my Pink and Main acrylic block. Love, love, love these acrylic blocks. They come in several sizes, and I have them now neatly tucked in my drawer for me to grab a hold on when I want to do something of this sort. So as you can tell, I went ahead and bent my sentiment so it would run around the edge or the top lip of that soup bowl. I'm going to show you that again. I'm going to go ahead and line up my acrylic my acrylic block. And this has a grit line on it, so it's absolutely perfect. And you can kind of see I'm just moving that sentiment. Excuse my head, but I need to kind of get in up over this card. And I'm just going to move it a little bit. And the letters are facing towards me on this. They're towards me. And now all I have to do is grab my ink. And this little sentiment is going to nestle its way right into the top of that soup bowl. So I'll go ahead and flip that over. And what I love, love, love about these acrylic blocks, they're so easy to handle in your hand. So go ahead and rock that on and look at that. Perfect. Absolutely love how that turned out. Now I can go ahead and finish putting this little soup together. So like I said, I'm going to be using or having some of the images popped up. And then other words, I'm just going to go ahead and use that glue just to place it down. Now remember, you can color up a bunch of these little ingredients for your soup and then have them on hand for a later card. So do a lot of coloring this month. This is the Daily Marker 30-day color challenge this month. So make sure you go ahead and take advantage of that. Just color for 15 minutes a day, and you will really be impressed when you see how great your coloring is coming along. And also, it really is a stress reliever. It really is. So, okay, I put down that other shrimp, and I just went ahead and used the glue for this. And I'm going to go ahead and use some glue right on the back of those chopsticks. No, don't forget, you need to head on over to my blog because I have all of the color combinations for everything I colored over there. And I also have links for you to purchase this stamp set as well. All right, I just need to pop on that lime, which I'm just going to tuck right in the bottom of my bowl, right on the corner as if I haven't used it yet. And look how cute this is. Now, since I already had the card already scored, all I have to do now is just fold back my cardstock, make sure my bottoms line up, and then I can use my Teflon bold folder and I can crease it. And what a cute card. It is phenomenal. Love it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Don't forget to head on over to my blog as well to see the color combinations. I will see you guys in another video soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.